Okay, that took, I think, almost an hour. Okay. Alright, so in this level, we've got to get a particle population of 5, but the problem is there's a black hole in the darn center. And basically, neutrons are going to spawn slightly off center on these kind of barriers, which means that without any intervention, they're just going to slide into the black hole. So, because they're spawning and so on and so forth, basically the black hole is going to get bigger, and you've got to get 25 particles before the black hole gets too big to do anything useful. My kind of strategy for this level is basically pick one side and try and use a strong nuclear force to hang on to everything on that fence. Hopefully, and try and keep it balanced on that fence. And it shouldn't really matter that the other things are going in, because at least you'll just build up 25 on one side. Okay. Let's pause here. Alright, so what... I think there's two different ways you can do this level. One of them is that you can literally try and run around trying to knock each of the neutrons into the safe zone, so prevent them from falling off. The other one is you can try and build an army on one side of the fence, on one of the sides. Okay. By that I mean you try and use a strong nuclear force to hold all your quarks together on one side and ignoring the other ones. Whoop, that didn't work. Here I'm kind of like hopping from side to side, trying to knock them back in and failing miserably. I think I'll just build all the quarks now. Just try and keep tabs on exactly where you are, because that's where you'll be applying your force. So now I'm in the center of that big clump on the right. And there it is. Okay. Alright, so here, like level 2, you have to keep the black hole's mass less than 45, and again, you've got a positron and an electron stuck in a cage with the spawner, sending lots of, electrons and positrons into the black hole. However, we don't have an electron and positron spawner this time, we just have an up quark and anti-up quark spawner. However, we do start with 1.5 change units. So, pretty much what I'm going to do is basically, as a down quark, I can turn into an up quark plus a W+. W++ plus an electron can turn into a anti-muon neutrino. Then I pick up at least one data, rush over to the other side, and then quickly turn the positron into a neutrino with my second change unit from the up quark. W- with the positron makes a muon neutrino. See, but you've got to work really quick, because like before, if you get rid of one of the electrons or positrons, you get a charge build up very quickly. So I'll just rush over to the top. So I go into examination mode, because then I can aim where my W boson goes. Because generally the W boson will travel opposite the direction if you're holding a arrow key down. So now, hopefully I don't miss this. There is a bit of leeway, because the W boson will kind of attract the oppositely charged lepton. that should work. If it doesn't... Okay, there it is. So now I'm completely safe, as long as I stay near the edges, because there's nothing spawning now. Okay, this is another chase level. Alright, so you start off as an anti-proton. Basically, protons and black holes are going to spawn behind you. So it's really, really, really hard. Because, one, you're attracted because of your charge, and two, you've got black holes. However, the black holes can be used to get rid of the protons. So what I like to do in this level is, because it's a big screen, basically, I'm just going to run around the edge of the screen, hope and trying not to retrace my own steps, because that would be where black holes are. Okay, for this level you must begin moving as soon as possible, otherwise the proton will be too close to escape. That was close. Oh no. Okay, that was close. Alright. This is the final level, and I'll explain what to do. Alright, so basically, this is like the final level of Chapter 5, except instead of having to make a black hole, we've got to destroy the black hole. So like Chapter 5, basically you've got a bunch of spawners, and you've also got some particles holding onto these spawners. Right? So, first of all, you just have to keep running around spawning protons and antiprotons around, going in a single direction. Try and alternate what type of particle you spawn. So the proton, then antiproton, and those protons or antiprotons will move towards the particle stuck inside this cage, which would be activating the spawner, so it annihilates. Then those spawners will be deactivated for a time, but they do come back, so you have to keep going around and trying to annihilate them. Then you'll have protons and antiprotons stuck inside these cages, spawning pions. So again, you've got to run around using the spawners to destroy these particles. Now, try and make sure that during this time you collect at least 2 data. Preferably more, but try and collect at least 2, because the last section is the most difficult and the most tedious, where there's now electrons and positrons spawn inside these cages. Now, there are no electron or positron spawners. The only way to get rid of them is to hit them with W bosons. Oh, and they would be spawning positrons and electrons from their spawners. So you have to use your data to make W bosons to turn them into neutrinos, and then you must collect the data afterwards. Otherwise, if you run out of data, you cannot destroy any more electrons or positrons. And you'll be hard pressed to get some more. You theoretically could by spawning this proton and an antiproton, but it's really hard. Again, try and keep which particles you destroy balanced. Alright, this will take a fairly long time because it is fairly tedious. You've got to repeat. Okay, so this is the final stage and this is the hardest stage. Alright, so first of all, you are an anti-down quark. You release W plus boson, so you've got to really be careful which W boson you're setting to which lepton. So I'm an anti-down quark, so I've got to find an electron to turn into a neutrino. Happens to be an electron spawning right here. And I go into examination mode. And that allows me to direct my W boson. And I've got to rush over very, very quickly to grab the data. Otherwise, I'm kind of boned without it. Then I have to find the positron to release my W minus boson. Okay, I should get myself under control first. Unfortunately, the data has a very nasty tendency to be sprayed on the very opposite side of the playing field. The positron, nope, wrong kind, I've got to find the electron. Spray it out again. There is a bit of leeway with your aiming, because the opposite charges attract. I want to present myself on the closer side so I can actually aim the W boson and not have it hit myself. Come on, hit it. No, I think I've lost it. Bugger. Can't mess this one up. Now I've got to grab at least 2 of that data, but preferably more of it. Whoops, I was going the wrong way. I should probably... Okay, I can wait for it to decay and that will give me some data. That works too. Whoops, that was not intended. Okay, plus... So I've got to be really careful now that I don't accidentally get annihilated by that proton. Oh great, it's blocking my view. Hopefully it doesn't... Oh, okay. Okay, well that's done. The black hole's gone. Finally. Alright, so that is the end of the Particulars Let's Play, and here's the credits just now. So I've mostly enjoyed doing this video walkthrough, and hope you learned something from it, or kind of felt smart, and hopefully I will see you in another video series, or just random videos. This is Vincent signing out.